Hey, everybody. It's Dean Berg, co-host of the Move the Mic Stand podcast. I want to talk a little bit here about our sponsor this week, Fondy Axe Company, located at 25 North Main in Fond du Lac. I tell you, if you want to go throw axes, whether you're a pro, you've never done it before, it's the place to be. They have the coaches there that'll teach you how to throw, and they have all kinds of different things you can throw. There's everything from, obviously, axes, hatchets and big axe. There's throwing stars. You can even throw a shovel. Where can you go anywhere and throw a shovel and stick it into a board? It's absolutely amazing. So go check them out. 25 North Main Street, Fond du Lac, Fondy Axe Company, and make your reservations at www.fondyaxeco.com.
Step up to the mic, it's time to shine. With Dean Karl, we're crossing that line. Laughs and stories, we're breaking the mold. Season 2 is here, it's gonna be bold. Tim, cool and Turner, are you ready? Move the mic stand, let's take it high. With every punchline, we reach for the sky. Comedy kings, laugh and inspire. Season 2 saga, a hot sketch pie.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast. We're in Season 2 on Episode 2. I'm one of your hosts, Kash, Money Karl, and with me is my co-host,
Dean Berg.
Hey Dean, another week, another episode. But
it was a busy week.
yeah, super busy week. And,
Yeah.
and we're just going to be up front with you right now. We're going to do a short episode tonight.
Yeah.
Just because we got a lot of stuff in the works for us this weekend.
Later than usual.
We've been traveling and business and all that stuff.
Yep.
But we will have a special guest for our episode for next week. So that's probably going to be a longer one, I think.
I would hope. Yeah,
I would think so.
Will be.
But yeah, so we're just going to kind of get to the meat and potatoes this week. And
Yep.
then we'll definitely have a real exciting, fun episode for you. I mean, not that this one won't be fun. It just won't be
It's just going to be quick.
our usual 4-hour episodes.
Yeah, so like if you are used to us accompanying you on your drive cross country, that won't be for this episode.
You can maybe go from like Michigan to Canada or something.
So make sure that you, like right from the border, just drive over that bridge or whatever, and bam. But feel free to go back and listen to other episodes.
Yeah.
Again.
Or if you didn't hear them for the first time because you're just joining us now in Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out Season 1. Why not?
Yeah, sure, go back.
There's stuff that pertains, and I'm sure that a lot of the topics that we talked about are timeless. They were timely at the time, but now they're timeless.
Yeah, because we don't do a lot of current event kind of stuff.
Right,
I mean, a little
stuff,
bit, but
just stuff that we kind of just happen to notice.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so what do we want to start with? Do we want to get into the comedy tip?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we've kind of been doing the comedy tip lately, so let's just do it right away. Because maybe we have people that's what they look forward to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this was kind of something that we both noticed, and we've been kind of seeing social media posts from other comics and things like that, and just...
And not singling anyone out.
Right.
It's just, it happens a lot.
Yeah, and it's just something that we notice, and we try purposely not to do it. Like, it's one of our, like... I don't want to say it's like our golden rule, but it's
part of our creed.
Yeah, it's definitely, like... 10 commandments of comedy for us or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
just some written rules, but it's
so let's go there
with arms wide open.
Let's make our escape. Come on. Okay. So let's go there.
Well, great. Now we're not going to get to do the podcast anymore because they're going to recruit us for the band. So
right.
Okay, that's cool. But our tip this week will be: don't insult the audience.
Yeah, or like as I bluntly put it, don't shit on the audience.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we are able to keep our E for explicit.
I think this kind of branches on a couple different different ways to go about this. It's not always necessarily the live audience at a show, but also your social media audience too.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I'll see like comics be like, "Hey, idiots, come to my show," and it's like, well, why? You just call me an idiot. I'm not going to your show.
Yeah.
Like that reverse psychology type thing. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, or like if somebody's going to Alabama or something, they'll be like, "Hey, all you inbreds," or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Picking Alabama, huh?
Well, I'm just saying what I saw.
All right. Well, I guess I'm canceling our Alabama tour.
No, because I never said that.
Oh, okay.
But that's just what I mean. Like,
I know.
I mean, even though you think it's funny or you're just trying to get attention to your post, it can turn people away.
I think it turns people away more than getting attention to your post.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless you're in the grouping that's like, geez, you all right?
I don't know. I see we got to stop with the snacks before the show.
Snacks and drinks.
Although those butterscotch scoop Snickers were fire.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, get them butterscotch scoop Snickers, everybody.
Even though they make random noises.
Yeah, you too can make. The
first one was real though.
Yeah, those two are fake.
Yeah,
it's like two truths and a lie.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here. Yeah, guess which one is real? Which one was real?
Now on the new game show, Move the Mic Stand Comedy Podcast, which is the real bodily function?
Yeah, guess which bodily function is real?
Dude, that was a good one again. I bet you've been practicing when you're traveling.
I've been doing that since college.
Okay.
Even probably sooner.
No. We're gonna change the story. You just driving home and for 2 hours and you're just practicing. You're like, I got to do the fart sound on the podcast tonight. Kash is gonna be like, oh, that's a good one.
No, I got in trouble in like 3rd grade.
Making sounds.
Yeah, because I went to Catholic school and one of the nuns, when she bent over, I was like,
that one wasn't as good.
No, I know. But that was a 3rd grade impersonation.
Oh, I see.
Actually, it was probably more like, yeah, because not to change the subject, but even, no, never mind. We'll talk about that another time.
Oh boy,
remember we were talking about like poop buddies in the car.
Oh yeah. when you're in college specifically.
Yeah, when I was in college specifically. Yeah. We'll save that for another day.
Yeah. When we have a lot more time, because that's a length. For whatever reason, that's a very lengthy conversation
with a lot of sound effects.
Yeah.
And stories.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the don't insult your audience. So I think where it really came up though is just like when you're on stage and if a joke doesn't land, it's like don't be like, oh, that's funny, you idiots. You should have laughed at that or whatever.
Yeah, or F you guys, that was funny.
Yeah. I consciously try to make sure I'm not saying something like that if something doesn't land because, okay, maybe I just didn't deliver it the same way or I didn't have the same...
or it was new.
Or it could be new, too, but I'm just saying, like, if it's a joke that, like, almost always hits and for whatever reason it didn't...
You usually do it eloquently.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm saying I try not to insult them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if all of a sudden you have something... You don't really get the reaction you were hoping. You're just like, all right, well, that one wasn't for you guys.
Yeah.
And sometimes they laugh at that, but you're not like
calling them an idiot or whatever.
You guys are too stupid to know that joke. I mean, I have jokes that I call slow burners. I think that's what everybody calls them. And I'll be like, all right, that's a slow burner. And then all of a sudden they get it and they're like, because it takes a thought. But I'm not like, you guys are dumb.
Right. Yeah. And because the moment you do that, you're basically having them have a reason to turn on you.
Well, yeah, and they may just completely shut off, not listen to you.
Don't trust you anymore.
Yeah, they may just interrupt your show. I mean, to some extent, if you have somebody that's just being absolutely rude or obnoxious or the audience is rude, don't be afraid to call them out.
Right.
Like, hey guys, we got a comedy show going here. People paid money. Please be respectful. Something like that.
And that's tough.
It is.
Because, again, like, you don't want to come off as mean because then the audience might side with the other audience person. Usually they don't. But
yeah, usually if there is a single person, usually the audience will be on your side.
Yeah. But unless you're being really mean to them, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you're just picking on somebody.
Right. Then you're playing a game that you might lose.
Well, like, even our show... this weekend there was somebody that was, they had a bit to drink. They were having fun. They weren't being rude necessarily.
Yeah.
But like,
definitely interrupting, but they were trying to be engaged. Like,
yeah,
like they weren't being malicious. They were just, they were sitting front row and engaging, and it just the first time being engaged was probably they're talking to me, I'm allowed to talk back. Okay, I'm going to do that for every comment.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a fair. They were having fun. They had lots of drink, and not the person, but like, so for example, like Rick, he just kind of was like, yeah, I'm done talking to you. Right. I'm going to talk more to the back,
right?
Or whatever. Like he was cool about it.
Yeah. And that was a good way, and like it definitely got them involved, and like I know afterwards they said that they had the best time, even though they were not. I don't want to say they were getting picked on, but just like they were definitely becoming part of jokes just for commenting on everything and stuff like that. But you kind of open the door when you're doing that.
Yeah, and sometimes people intentionally try to make themselves part of the show. I don't feel like that's what was happening.
No, I just think she was having a fun time. So
yeah.
And the people around her too were also kind of engaging that way too,
and saying random stuff that we won't say.
Yeah, but no. Afterwards, she said, "Oh, it was awesome. This was the best show I've been to."
And asked for pictures, asked for autographs, asked for merch, asked for
So, yeah, it's hard to gauge that sometimes at shows, because sometimes you're like, "Oh, this person's trying to be involved." Not that they were necessarily invited to in that sense, but
right,
and then it doesn't. Then they're actually really mad, and
but so the point is like, don't just turn on the whole audience, or try not to,
because you want them to be on your side for as much as you can. Like, you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I ever did that one time,
I remember this,
and people thought it was funny.
Was this at the open mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crowd was just, it was crappy for everybody.
Yeah.
And then I'll either say, like, how people close and be like, all right, you guys have been great. And I'll be like, yeah, you guys have been pretty mediocre. But on the one, I was just like, you guys didn't deserve me. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Yeah.
People thought it was funny.
Yeah, and I think I was there. I'm pretty sure that I was there. Yeah,
that
was funny.
And then other pretty established comedians came over, and you're like, you're right, they don't deserve you. And I was like, thank you. I felt bad after I said it, because sometimes I do say things up there, and then I feel bad after. Just like this podcast, too. Like, I'll say something, and I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that.
What could you have said that you would have felt bad about?
I don't know. We probably forgot about it, but I'm sure Abe Bauer pointed it out to me.
Yeah, he's good at finding those things and pinpointing them.
Well, he doesn't like he didn't point it out like criticizing me, but he just kind of pointed it out like, did you just say? And then I'll be like, yeah, I said that.
Yeah, I think Abe does that mostly for you, and Stan does that for me.
Probably.
Yeah, because like Stan, it was funny because Stan and I were having conversations. He's like, "Oh yeah, I know you're moving." I was like, how'd you know that? Oh, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I said that on the podcast.
Right,
so it's like,
right.
It's like, they know more about our lives than we do.
Yeah, I hear people say, like, I don't talk to them, and they learn more about me from the podcast than me.
Well,
talking to them.
Well, it's actually documented and, saved to the universe, opposed to just in your head.
Right.
So, yeah, I get that.
All right. Well, and then I used to talk a lot, too, and then I was like, that's all you ever talk about. You talk a lot. So, I don't know.
You talk a lot? No way.
Not anymore. See?
Yeah.
See, even Carl doesn't think I talk a lot.
Yeah, usually when we're
in my personal life. I mean, on here I do.
Yeah, I was going to say in the car, usually I'm just talking to myself, and then
you'll say something, and I'll just be like, oh, yeah. You'll be like, do you think if chickens came from another planet, blah, 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 we'd be so likely to eat them? And then I'll just kind of be like, no.
That really doesn't sound like something I would say. It'd be more like,
no, I know.
Mine would be more like, do do you prefer beef or turkey gravy?
Yeah, so, yeah. And then I'll just be like, depends.
Yeah.
End of conversation.
Yeah. You know what I'm a little disappointed about for this past weekend?
What?
We still haven't figured out what that song is.
I know.
I kind of forgot while we were there. And I wanted to, like, look at his, I don't know if it was Spotify or whatever, but I wanted to see, like, what... Jeez, Dean.
There was another one. Was that real? Or did I...
I think I'm giving it away when I go, geez, Dean!
Yeah, a little bit.
But, still don't know what the song is. I don't think we're ever going to find it.
No. It'll all of a sudden be on, and then we'll be like, whoa!
And then we better write that down. And then we'll get it tattooed on ourselves.
And it'll probably be anticlimactic. We'll just be like...
For everybody else but us. For us,
maybe.
It'll be like...
Yeah.
That'll be a universe change from Bashar.
Yeah, right.
That'll be the indicator that we're in the ultimate universe.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only time I really probably talk a lot when we're in the car is like this weekend when I was like sleep deprived and you're like, wow, you really are tired.
Yeah.
And I'll make a comment or something and you'll be like, that's really weird that you said it that way.
Yeah.
I was expecting the conversation to go a different way.
I'm trying to remember what you had said that I was like...
Well, I maybe said it out of nowhere. I remember one of them. And then, because I'd seen a post or something, and I was like, so, do you think just because somebody went to Epstein's Island, that would mean they were guilty? Or do you think... they maybe just went there and didn't know what was going on, or that sort of thing. Like if there was a post about flight logs or something.
Yeah, and I was just like, where did this come from, Dean?
You were like, wait, what are you about to tell me?
Wait, did you visit and you weren't sure at the time?
You were like, did you go there? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then I showed you
just weird random stuff like that, just out of the blue.
And then I showed you that funny clip with Conan O'Brien and that other guy whose name I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, and he was like,
are you talking about Jeff Epstein, the financier from New York?
Yeah, that was a weird video.
And then he's like, yeah. And he's like, no. Jeff? No. And he's like, if there was news about Jeff, I would know.
Yeah, it was just weird because like Conan was, you could definitely tell like he was like,
I think it was a bit.
Yeah, I feel like Conan was in on a bit, but I feel like that dude had no clue. Like,
really? Because
I feel like he wasn't part of a bit.
Even when they talked about him being dead, he was like, no, dead, no, ha ha ha, nice try.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
he was being defensive. Was dead, I would know.
Yeah, and I feel like he was just being defensive.
He's like, well, when's the last time you talked to him? And he's like, before the pandemic, and he's like, yeah, because he did some terrible things. And then he was just like, well, let's call, what was her name, Giselle, or whatever his girlfriend's name was.
Let's call her Gazelle.
Yeah, get her on the phone. Get her on the phone. And he's like, she was part of it. And and he's like, no. Jeff, the finance, no.
Yeah, wild.
And that's what that ended up as. So, anyways. So, yeah, comedy tip, don't shit on the audience.
And don't get on travel logs.
Yeah, don't be on a travel log.
But I guess that segues into talking about our weekend. So that was a pretty fun show.
Yeah, it was nice to spend time with Ric Diez.
Yeah. Jeez, what sound was that?
I don't know. They're just happening. It's late. Usually by now I'm in bed having acid reflux attacks. So
I feel like if I poke you with like a needle, like you're just gonna like do like a helium balloon, like. Yeah, so we had Ric Diez, golden ticket winner from Kill Tony. He had lined up at the Extra.
Yep, and we were awake for approximately 22 hours.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of funny, too, because then on Sunday it was like 7 in the morning. And you texted me, and I responded instantly. And then you're like, what are we doing up?
Yeah, we just got home like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't sleep much.
Yeah. It's weird. That's sometimes the challenge of doing long travel and comedy. And
it's so stupid because we were having such a heck of a time trying to stay awake. And then after we dropped Rick off, and then we had that last hour from the airport back,
Yeah, that went fast.
It did go fast, and then I got a second wind, and then I got home, and I'm like, I'm not tired.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and then it took a bit for me to fall asleep, and I fall asleep, and I wake up, and I fall asleep, and I wake up.
Yeah. I feel like I'm still trying to catch up, but you never catch up on it. But
No, never.
yeah, but we got to talk and hang out with him and go take some pictures, and we did some shopping, and
And he gave us some insight on Kill Tony and stuff like that, which was nice.
and just in general career stuff, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good time. Everybody had a pretty solid set. It was a good show. Everybody seemed to have a good time.
Yep, and my favorite part is when we finally got to Lance and we stopped for, would it have been lunch?
It was kind of like Linner. Lupper. Yeah, let's call it Lupper. I think.
Lupper.
Well, maybe it's a little too close to Lepper.
Dunch.
Linner?
I don't know, whatever. It was kind of later in the afternoon, but it was our lunch.
It would have to end with an inner or upper, because brunch is breakfast, lunch, and ends with unch.
Yeah, and then I took off my coat or my hoodie or whatever, and then he saw my tattoos,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "What?
What is this violence?
He's like, I'm scared now." Like, he literally said that.
I know, his eyes got wide. He was like terrified.
Yeah.
You got some pretty
I do have some
crazy tats.
pretty dark ones, yeah.
They're great art,
Yeah.
but man, they are pretty dark and freaky. But
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah,
I mean, some of them are fun.
we've talked about them before, so we don't need to.
Yeah, we're not going to get too
go
crazy.
back and listen to like
We're not gonna-
episode 3.
Yeah, we're not going to get too crazy on it, but it was kind of funny. And then he's like, "Okay, now put it down so I can't see your tattoos, and now look all sweet and innocent." And then he took a picture.
Yeah, and
he's
it was
like,
pretty
okay.
good. It was pretty sweet and innocent.
He's like, now show your tattoos." And
Grimace.
well, I know when I posted it, he's like, "And make a mean face." But when I posted it, I was like, he said, "Now we'll have the same face, but show your tattoos." So then it was kind of like I was making the same face, but it looked menacing because I was showing my tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that place that we went to, the Hilltop Bakery,
Yeah.
they got these huge cinnamon rolls.
I forgot them in my car.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because I was doing a bunch of stuff and then I had to fly out.
They might be okay. It was kind of chilly this week, but
Yeah.
they were good. I ate mine.
Yeah, I forgot mine in my car.
All right, but anyway, these giant cinnamon rolls that look like the sweet rolls from Skyrim. It's
They're
pretty
like
cool.
big as your head.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, they're huge. They're awesome too. They have a little surprise in them too.
Yeah.
There's an apple in them.
Yeah, just and it's subtle. It's like it's not like overpowering, but it gives. I think it's necessary for the.
I've got like a volcano. My stomach just goes.
That's like a good cougar, though. I'm scared.
There's like a bubbling. I can't do it.
30% of this episode is just sounds.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, they're really good. And we had that layered meatloaf was different than I expected for sure.
Oh yeah, you and Rick both got layered meatloaf.
Yeah, because he was like, "What do you think it's like?" And I was like, "Well, I'm thinking it's probably like meat and then cheese and then maybe more meat." But it wasn't that at all.
No.
It was like mashed potatoes with meatloaf and then fried onion strips and.
Yeah.
But he definitely had a point when I was kind of just cutting the meatloaf and eating it that way. He was like, "Master it all together, turn it into a slop." And he's like, "It's amazing. It balances so great."
I like the turn it into a slop.
Yeah.
That's always an appetizing way to describe.
And when I did that, I was like, "Wow, this is really good." But it was way too much to eat. Like, it was so much, and I wanted to take
So
it
much
home. but
gravy.
I knew by the time we got home, it was going to be no bueno.
Well, you could have put it in my cooler. You forgot I had a cooler.
Yeah, I forget you always have ways of bringing food
I have to.
back
I have to, Dean. That's all I'm good for is the food. Driving in the food.
in the food.
Yeah. But
but
man, so much gravy because I had a turkey it was a pork sandwich.
Yep.
And yeah, they just covered that sucker with gravy. They must have had like a huge 5-gallon pot of just gravy sitting.
Oh, yeah, for
because they had
sure.
the
They
same
had to.
gravy on your guys'
Yep.
meatloaf as it was on the sandwich.
Yep. And it was done really fast, too. They were
Yeah.
just like, bam, and it was there.
Yeah, so
It's a nice little restaurant just
Yeah.
around the corner from the Extra.
yeah, I would definitely make that as a go-to spot. Is also with the Night Owl Cafe for breakfast if you stay overnight, because I have like one of my bills almost under every single table. It's like a glass tabletop, so you can see my bill under every single one.
Right.
Every time I go there and I sit at a different table, I just drop another one. So I've been there a lot.
Yeah, but it was overall it was a nice trip. We got there early. Rick got to walk around, see the sights, take some pictures of the frozen
Skip some rocks.
Lake Lons.
Yeah, skip some rocks.
I bought a war club.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you got to tell everybody what you got. It's sweet.
Yeah. It's a war club and it's beefy.
Yeah.
Like it's dense. But the part that I liked about it is it's a goose.
Yeah. It's so silly. Like imagine you're defending your home.
You're right.
And you're pulling out the Goose War Club, and you see, jeez. Sorry. All right, we're gonna have to put you to bed soon, Dean.
It's that darn chocolate. That's all that's in my stomach right now. I haven't eaten
Chocolate and soda. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a cranberry juice on the flight, and then
And that must taste real good at high elevation. Yeah.
it does. You know, my favorite part is this lady brought some chips on, and she brought the bag out of her like carry-on, and she's like, "What happened to it?" Because you're at 30,000 feet, the pressure's not the same.
Yeah.
And so it was just like as big as a pillow. She couldn't get it out of her bag at first, and it wasn't even like a full-size chip bag.
Yeah.
And her and her husband were sitting right next to me, and he's like, "Don't open it. It's gonna blow up everywhere." It didn't, because it was all just gas that was to preserve the chips or whatever. But not to change the subject, but where was I? I think it was from Milwaukee to Nashville. We had a really hard landing.
Okay.
And I didn't have my AirPods in anymore, but when we hit the ground, like people's AirPods went flying out of their ears. Like up. It looked like popcorn. Like there were just like so many AirPods. And then they made an announcement after. The pilot was like, "Yep, I should have let you guys know we were going to hit kind of hard." So I don't know what there was something with the plane or whatever, but he's like, and then the flight attendants were like, "Let's okay, we're gonna have to take a minute for everyone to figure out whose earbuds are whose." And so everybody had like their phones and stuff playing.
Find My,
yeah. Well, a lot of them were in the lady's hand, and they were playing like whatever music, and then they were like, "Okay, this one's mine."
Well, you can do the Find My app, and then it'll do a sound coming from it.
If they did that, yeah. But a lot of people were just like, "Yep, that's what I was listening to." But I can't imagine how many people got somebody else's now, and now it's all jacked up.
Yeah,
but there were so many. Like they just went flying.
That's like a misconnection thing. Like you find your true love because your AirPods flew off.
Wouldn't that be crazy if all of a sudden, like, I know they can't connect that like long distances.
Well, they can with the Find My.
No, I know, but like music wise.
Oh yeah.
So all of a sudden you're like listening to something and you're like, "Why isn't this other one playing?" And then you hear something else coming out of the other one. Yeah, it'd be funny.
All right, you went the funny route. I went the true love route. I think it'd be great if it was like you picked up someone else's earbud, and then it's like Chase met Janice because they were on a flight to Nashville from Milwaukee together, and their AirPods got mixed up. Coming soon to a theater near you. And there's got to be some catchy title like Airmail. I don't know.
Ear Buddies.
I think that's already taken by Disney.
No, I said ear, not air. Ear Buddies.
I don't know. We'll workshop it.
But yeah, I don't know what was up with my flights either, because then even when we were coming back from Nashville to Milwaukee, they announced over the thing, so we're going to have a little bit of a hard landing. It's going to be, everybody stay buckled up. We're not going to finish beverages, blah, 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 you know, all this other stuff. We're going to have some turbulence, and yeah, we're going to come down hard. So I don't know if there was like crosswinds that they were going to have to kind of just poof. But that's what it was like. It was kind of like how a helicopter lands, like just kind of. Yeah.
All right, so I want to talk about a story quick about the War Club. We'll talk about our shows this week, and then
That'll be it.
We're going to call it for this week.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about you getting that war club, other than how it looks,
Yeah.
is you are going back to the store to buy it. Oh my goodness, Dean.
I'm seriously not trying.
I know.
It's just happening.
At this point, yeah, we're
Is
going
there a
to
full moon? Maybe I'm turning into a werewolf.
like a gurgle monster.
Gurgle monster.
So Dean ends up going back to the shop.
Yeah, I
to buy the
passed on it at first. Yeah.
And we're like, no, you got to get it. And he's like, I don't know. And then we ran into Trevor, and he's like, oh, yeah, you got to get a war club. You're here in town. Get a war club.
Yeah, well, and they're handmade, handcrafted.
Mm-hmm.
It said Native American War Club because...
Made by natives in town. Yeah. But the fact that the goose called out to you, the goose is loose. And so you decide to go back to get it. And I take Rick into the grocery store because he just wanted to check out like regional foods and snacks and stuff. Well, I have the keys to the car. So you buy this war club. And in the parking lot of the grocery store...
Yep.
The only police officer in town is like sitting like right across from our car. So I had the car locked, and then Dean's coming back out with the club, and I don't know, it's probably 10 minutes or so have passed, and you text me and you're like, can you come out and unlock the car?
I'm like, come out and lock the car. People are getting nervous, me walking around with this war club.
Yeah, so Dean's just standing in the parking lot looking menacing
with
a goose war club.
Well,
so.
It reminds me of that meme. Did you ever see that meme? It's like, I forgot what it's from. If it's from a video game or something.
The cat goose. With the knife. Yeah.
He's got a knife in his bill, and it's like, peace was never an option. Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then after we get out of the grocery store, the police are gone. So they're like, they must have been some guys out here with a goose war club. Can you guys come over and just check on us?
Well, and the lady, when we bought it, or when I bought it, she even said, like...
do you want a bag?
Do you want a bag? Because, you're right by the police station. Yeah. And it was like the police, because there's like one.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, it should be fine. She's like, well, I just don't want you to get in trouble for walking around with a weapon. And I was like, it'll be fine. And then I get there and the car's locked.
And you're like, it's not fine.
Well, I was going to walk in the store too, but then I was like, I'm not walking in the store with this war club.
Yeah, that probably would have been worse. The cops probably would have been.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah. All right, so let's just talk about.
And I would have walked in probably and been like, "Where's Kash?" And they'd probably thought I was
asking for the money. Yeah, where's the money?
Where's the cash?
Yeah. So this weekend, what do we got? We got tomorrow night, so that's March 28th, Friday.
Yep.
We're going to be in Fond du Lac at the Hive.
Yep.
And that's you, me.
Yep.
Special guest Stan Dabrowski.
Yep.
So good job listening to the podcast. That's not the only reason why you're on the show, but we do appreciate you listening and talking and giving us feedback and stuff. But you are really funny too, Stan. So Stan's going to be doing the show with us as a special guest. And then our headliner, who I just picked up before we recorded tonight, is Joe Stapleton, the voice of PokerStars.
Joe Stapleton.
So our good buddy and one of our mentors in comedy. So he'll be headlining for that. Tickets for that are $10 online or at the door.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, so that would be March 29th, we're going to be in Oshkosh at Winners Bar. And that one's free admission. So you just show up, get a couple drinks, support the bar, and we'll have a comedy show, and that's just Dean, myself, and Joe. So, come out for either show, both shows, whatever, and let's have some fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, it is now starting to get late. We got to get this out the door. And
got an early day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend. So, all right. I guess that means it's time for us to say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Trying to ride, there's more to explore. Move the by side, believe you want it more. Yeah.
This has been a TapeDeck Media production. Thank you for listening.